Okay, let's come to you coming back here.
Yeah.
First of all, big ups for. So you didn't. Why did you even decide to come back? Why didn't you decide that?
So I came back because Westwood had only. It was pretty new to IB. I think it had only done it for 2 to 3 years. But Kenya had IB and A-level systems.
Oh, so you had finished your O-levels?
Yeah.
So O-levels, what you did there?
Yeah.
For how long were you there? 2 years?
3.
3 years?
Yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was meant to be 4, but I did 3.
Big thing that we forgot to say is that you were the youngest in your class because you were
Me and
accelerated.
Nono. By then, me and Nono were the youngest in our class.
Because you had they jumped your year.
Exactly.
So when you come back now, you're coming back to do A-levels or IB?
Yes.
Okay.
I was really open to going into uni. So now I come back and I'm like, Maze, it's media, journalism, PR. My mom was like, but also you're 15. Sis.
What?
You're not going to uni at 15 because now the uni that I had identified is USIU.
Oh.
And that time the you know, the social myths about USIU wild.
Those weren't myths, they were
truths. And so my mom was just like, no, it's not happening.
And you're still in Langata?
And we're still in Langata,
Okay.
yeah. So then we shop around. We went to Brookhouse because Brookhouse had AS, which is 1 year.
Yes.
So I was like, this sounds dope. It's 1 year. And we were really like, you know, and I respect my mom for even entertaining the Brookhouse school fees.
Yes, in fact, you know, I'm listening to you talking.
Yeah.
I'm just like, do you understand the?
Yeah.
The
Even
chapa.
entertaining. Even entertaining. We went for the tour, and Mazet was when they had their new campus, and I was sold. My sister Amanda just said one thing. She was like, hey, but me there, I know Brookhouse. Discipline is that's all my mom had to hear. And we went straight to St. Mary's. I was like, yeah, Umechoma, why? So we went to Saints, and now I'd had horror stories about Saints because Saints, from class 1 to, it's a boys' school.
A-levels.
Yeah.
To O-levels.
It's
all boys.
So chicks are only in IB. And I'd had such horror stories, how they'd like grade chicks. And before I used to laugh at those stories, but now that I've learned so much, I understand that them letting the boys get away with that contributes to, and I dare say, rape culture, you know? And maybe this is the first place I'll say it, because I've been struggling with, I want to do a Twitter thread about this, but I don't know.
Sometimes it's words alone.
Yeah, I'm like, people will not understand it. They won't, because it's such a legacy school. I mean, our president went there and so many other people. But but I will come back to what I'm saying about that. So asterisk, we're coming back to it. And so we go to Saints, and the horror stories I'd had, like they'd grade chicks walking in the corridor. So a chick passes, there's a guy who holds up 4.
Oh.
-1.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And at that age, you'd laugh it off. But now I'm just like, bro, that's problematic.
Yeah,
what the hell, and how is this happening as though you guys are in a forest? Where are the teachers? You know, like, there's authority, please, you know? So I'd had very many horror stories. And I remember when we went, so I had a very negative, I was just like, so during orientation, they put us girl, boy. I guess in their own way, they were trying to acclimatize and make you guys just see each other as humans. And I was sitting next to this guy who's Brian Sempele. He's such a sweet, but one of the best violinists in our country, actually. And he turned around. He was like, hi, how are you? I turned to him. First, I'm pissed off because I was like, this was meant to be Brookhouse 1. 2, I've had how this place is just rough.
Are you about to start grading me, mister?
You know, I turned and told him, I'm not here to make friends.
What?
So pissed. I was like, mbona unaniongelesha, please focus. You know? And he's so kind. We ended up being friends, you know, but I was like, oh man, I'm so sorry. Like,
you came walled up.
Brookhouse, I love you. So, so they tried that, and even that was when I met my best friend Val, and we're still best friends to date. And I remember even going for the school uniform. So in Westwood, we wore gray pants. So we had options because of the weather.
Yeah.
So you could either wear gray pants and a white shirt, and we had a tie. It looked funky. So you roll up your knees, like you just look fresh. Or you could wear a purple skirt, which by the way was different now. So their culture in Southern Africa, your skirt had to be above your knee.
Yeah.
Please note, I'm coming from LCBR, which is like, if it can sweep the ground, even better, you know? Now I'm being told bra.
Yeah. Sarafina style,
you know?
those dresses.
Yes, so you wear that, and it was like funky, for me at least. We even had like these bucket hats, you know. It was fun.
Do you have some pics from then?
I do. Embarrassing. I'll share them with you.
They're these ones.
And so, and then afterwards, now you come to Saints. I remember when my mom and I were looking for the school uniform. We went to 3 different school outfitters because I was in denial. So in my head, I thought Saints IB people wore black, but that was only the school leaders and the men. The boys would wear black pants and a white shirt and a black tie if they wore black ties, and a black blazer. I think in my head, I assumed, because I'm coming from a school where there was no, this is what girls wear, this is what boys wear. The girls could also wear the pants and whatever. So me, I knew I'm now going to wear black pants and a white shirt, like a kill outfit. Then we're being told, oh, St. Mary's, royal blue. Huh? What is that? Then it's another shapeless skirt. And then when I'm weeping in sorrow, they bring out a waistcoat. I was in that same royal blue. So the first one, I was like, no, ma'am, no, I think these guys are confused. It's black pants. It's not this place. My mom is entertaining me. Oh yeah, okay. If you actually did the research and you know, sawa. We go to the second one. I'm like, I think they think it's St. Mary's, one of those boarding schools somewhere. It's not.
You went to another one.
We're going to IB. Dude, we're adults, all right? Went to another one. The third one now was in Sarit. That school outfit. My mom turned to me and told me, hey, believe this is your uniform.
Denial watcher.
She even told me. I was like, okay, I'll take everything but the waistcoat. So the guy is like, no, the waistcoat is a must, because I was like, no, I don't want a waistcoat. Who's wearing a waistcoat in royal blue? Anyway, so got to school, orientation, we're all in our uniforms. My friend drops her locker key in the quadrangle. We're bending to look for it. When we come up, all the boys are on the corridors looking at us. I was like, what is this? Why are they savages?
They've been in boys' school the whole time.
What? So you know now me, I've never experienced a boys' school. I've come from Catholic to mixed. Mixed and liberal.
Yep.
To this, I'm just like,
7 hungry hyenas and
the things. And when I joined, they had, Saints is known for its wonderful musicals.
Yeah.
And there was a musical. So to get for IB, you have to do something called, you have to get your community action or service hours.
Yeah.
So it's also not only at if you pass class, your exams, now you'll pass.
Yes.
No, it's very balanced.
Yeah.
You have presentations,
Wonderful.
then you have to do things in the community, a community project, all of those things. And so one low-hanging fruit where you can get those hours is to help out in the musical. So I was doing makeup, and I didn't understand why everybody was running away from doing makeup for the male cast members.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. So I go there, I'm doing makeup, and the grotesque things these boys are telling you, you're just like, oh my God, the high school boys.
Yeah.
It's just so, at that time, it's like it's irritating, but now I'm just like, where? The audacity. the sheer audacity to fix your lips to tell me something like that. You must be crazy,
Yeah.
But it was baptism by fire.
But I've never thought about it from a chick's perspective, huh?
Yeah.
Well, there are all these boys who've been in a boys' school, literally. Thank God, at least it's day school.
Yeah.
Because boarding it, I think it would have been a bit worse. So, and they are this teenage place of hormones and all of these other things. Then suddenly, there's these girls who are in the school. You get, But I've never looked at it from a girl's perspective,
Oh,
where
yeah.
you're the minority. For every 50 boys, there's one.
It's
You
that
know.
there are things that we did looking back, and I'm just like, and I'm not, I was going to say a French word, but crapping on the institution, because I'm still friends with some of my teachers.
Yeah.
I still help them out whenever they need certain things. And there were things that I learned there. You know, they were, I mean, my best friend, I met her there.
Yeah.
So there's good, but these two things can be true at the same time, where there's good
Amazing.
experiences
Exactly.
and there's some problematic ones.
Yeah.
So for example, swimming. So my swimming continued again to get my hours.
Ooh.
I could continue swimming there.
Yeah.
I've never felt objectified throughout my swimming career as
And
a
started
kid.
at 9. Okay,
Yeah.
even before.
Even before.
Yeah.
So when I was 7, I started 6, 7. But in Saints, I remember like we used to play water polo, and it was during lunchtime. All the boys would come and like sit around. Again, to me, it's not a big deal. But the comments or the remarks or whatever when you're walking out of the pool made it such that no chick felt safe enough to get out, or like confident enough to get out of the pool and walk.
Yeah.
So I remember one
It's
time.
not about the sports, it's about the chick in her body.
Yeah, we were waiting in the pool, waiting for the boys to go. The bell has rung. We're still waiting. Paka, you get those ninis
Yeah,
on
those
your hands.
bablu
Yeah,
on the
because we're
fingers.
still waiting. We can't get out until they go, you know? So what we decided as chicks were like, Sawa, we're going to go to Toy this Saturday. This Saturday we're going to Toy, we're going to buy board shorts. Short board shorts that we're going to wear. In our heads, we're not seeing anything problematic, all right? We're just adapting. So we go buy these board shorts from Toy, we make a girls thing of it. So now we feel a bit more confident coming out of the pool because you feel a bit more covered.
Yeah.
But those conversations and those remarks still happen. Swimming gala,
So all of you, as in now, you all the chick, female,
yeah.
the,
We're not
all the
even many
ladies,
because
yeah.
remember,
Oh yeah, all 4 or 5 of you.
we're not many.
Shucks,
You
know,
know,
in my head I'm
and
seeing
first we're not many also because not many chicks
want
wanted to swim because
of that. Ah, okay,
All right.
I get it.
So we go buy board shorts, and still swimming gala, you bend like this.
It's over.
You're even seeing camera flashes of people taking photos
Okay.
of you bent over, you know? And for me, I think just because I was very comfortable, to me, swimming was a sport, you know? It wasn't enjoyment or whatever. Like when I'm swimming, it's like, again, I want to win probabilities,
Yes.
you know? I'm focused on that. So that was like a privilege I had. So I wasn't too conscious of all of that. Secondly, I was dating a black tie who's like a prefect. So in hindsight, now I see that gave me some sort of protection,
Yeah.
which is also problematic.
Because the protection should be coming from the teachers.
Exactly.
Or the
And
school
why am I now
institution.
protected? Because I'm rounded off to another man who's in authority. Why? That's strange. So if I wasn't, what then happens? It's actually very weird,
It
right?
is.
So there's that. Secondly,
So did you go to the institution and tell the institution, listen, some of these things need to stop? Or at that time, are you so
we're just
insecure?
adapting.
Yes, I get what I mean. You're learning as well. You get.
We didn't have the words
Yeah,
for
I
it or
get
the
it.
name for it. We're just adapting. We know we still need to swim. We know we still need to do ABCD.
But imagine that means a few people, or in fact, you've said it, a few people didn't swim, not because they're not talented or anything. They didn't even bother to try, and that would have done something to their career and their life just because of the catcalling and.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And very many girls got bullied. I know my best friend wouldn't mind me saying that she has no care for Saints right now. Even our WhatsApp group of just us who are in IB, she had never joined it. She was like, that was not an experience I want to relive in my life. And I know so many girls who went to Saints who have that same feeling. You know, there was a point where we were being told, because I was, and I guess to some extent I still am very expressive in terms of like dressing and whatever.
Yeah.
And so I went through a bangle phase. You could hear me coming from that floor. You're telling me for one Gary Mazai.
Yes.
You're one, you know. She's approaching. Turn on the cameras. So we were being told how first they banned us from hugging boys because we give the boys urges. And I'm not even lying about that word. And why I remember it's urges because the teacher at the time had an accent, so he used to say anges. So I remember we were told we give the boys urges if we hug them. We need to, and I also used to wear big earrings. Don't wear the earrings anymore because you're making the boys, like, you give them urges. And I remember that one I questioned because I was like, so you're going to tell me now when we finish IB and we're there walking in the streets of the CBD,
the arches were
we start telling all the mamas, hey, 2020, my earrings, 2020, please. The guys are coming. I'm like, what type of men are you grooming? That's an earring.
Can give arches.
And also, how is it my business? You and your urges are your business. It's not mine, right? And so looking back, I'm just like, wow.
With all that you know and all that you've experienced, given the fact that, for example, I mean, your situation is very unique. I know probably not other mixed schools. I was in Breban. Breban wouldn't have this kind because of the ratio of guys to chicks. For every, I mean, I understand as men or as boys in turning into men, we are also going through our teenageness and all those things. However, your situation is a bit unique in that what advice would you give to authorities who would be watching this and listening to you, how to make the situation better? Maybe they're not even aware. Now they're hearing you and they're just like, yo, we didn't even understand it from this perspective. What would you say?
I think it's the same thing we want from our leaders, right? So even any group that is a minority almost automatically becomes a vulnerable community. So you have to actually do more to ensure their safety and put policies in place or spaces where they can feel safe. And you have to be more aware of what does safe mean. Safe is not only having an askari at the gate to make sure kids don't skive school, all right? Safe is mental, you know what I mean? Safe is emotional. Do they have a teacher or a space they can talk to about certain things? Are there forums for you to hear from this vulnerable community or minority community on how to improve your systems? Because also, if you're a male teacher, there are things you wouldn't understand from a female student's perspective. Actually, even if you're a female teacher, you're not going to be experiencing what I'm experiencing, right? So you need to sit with me to hear from me instead of just telling me.
Create a safe forum for me.
Hear from me. Okay, what do you think we should do differently? And I think that wasn't done. I don't know if it's being done now, but I think that wasn't done. And so you feel, the only good thing is IB is 2 years. So before you know it, it's up and you're out, but it's still.
But what you're talking about, especially when you put it in that context of a minority group, that applies in the workplace. That applies in, like, it's in total life. And so in my workplace, the minority may be millennials or an older generation or females or
even males.
Males, exactly. It may be. So this is not. It sounds unique to right now. Let me give an example. You're the minority in this space. There's one woman and we're 3 guys. You're automatically the minority. So as an interview perspective, where do I put the chair? I have to be cognizant of how is the camera going to roll this? How does this work for you? Because I'm not a chick. So you're saying, that is so powerful what you've said. It's not just for that space.
It's not. And I think, especially because now you're young, you're kids in their eyes, I don't think they think these things affect you as a young girl going into womanhood. But they do. They really do, in ways that you don't understand until years later. You're like, oh, hang on. That started there. Why? You know, it was, I mean, I had good moments, don't get me wrong, but there were some very huge problematic things that I'm like, what?
But also, I'm loving how the negative even experiences are beginning to shape. You're very vocal about some things, and now I'm beginning to understand all of this life experience that you've gone through. Botswana, racism there, whatever is happening, all of these things are leading up and shaping you.
Exactly. I'm only realizing it now, actually.
Yeah. But in you, some of them have made you act, be vocal in a positive light to prevent this happening to other people. But that same shaping can be negative to other people.
Absolutely.
And even probably even to you, and now is when you're realizing, as you said, okay, hey, that was an amazing thing that you just said there. Thank you for sharing that openly. I know it may have been difficult maybe to write a tweet about this.
Yeah, because I really didn't want people to misunderstand me. Also because I know there's such a huge legacy thing about it. But I'm like, if you're not always trying to be better, then what's the point? You know? If you don't want to hear these conversations, these are the ones that will make you be a better institution.
You know? Thank you so much for that. I'm still now trying to figure out. St. Mary's now, one of the most positive things about it, even when you think of the Jeff Koinanges and some of the people who've passed through that school, arts. So how does now this help your career shape? Because you entered this school knowing exactly there's an end goal. Does the school play a role?
Nasenyana. Imagine somebody who called me Nasampara. I was just like... And I was the only one in the room.
I think who are you talking to?
I know.
There's no P in my name.
Can you imagine?
But my apologies. I will land it.
Okay.
I'm in the process of doing that.
Cool.
A big also thank you. First of all, thank you for that amazing story. We're still continuing. I'm still at the edge of my seat. I always want to thank a big ups to Sarova. But then after time is flying so much, we'll soon stop to just order lunch and then continue with the story. Last but definitely not least, a big thank you to our, Sarova, our venue partners. So we've got two partners. Sarova give us this amazing venue and hospitality for us to do these shoots and for you to be comfortable, for you to tell that story in the manner in which you've told it. And also Goshen Acquisitions Goshen Acquisitions Limited, they allow us to go across Africa and the world to find more rich African stories like this. I keep saying Cité is Africa to the world. So Uganda, see you soon. We're coming, and the US, see you soon. Just hinting out there. Okay, enough of that. Let's continue with the story. Where you're at, you've done this Miss Tourism thing. You're number 3. You're happy to be number 3.
Yes.
There's a bit of insecurity still in you that
of course.
You don't deserve to be number 1.
True.
However, look at God and how He works. They take a photo. That photo is in the newspaper.
It's reached the international, somebody internationally.
So you said, what is her name?
Lindsay McIntyre.
Lindsay saw it in the newspaper here in Kenya and sent it
to Ford
headquarters
in New York.
And then they're like, whoever this is,
we
want her.
Yeah, we want her. And of course, by then, the standards of beauty when it came to Nini, to like the modeling industry has started to change now. There's Alekwek in the industry. There's more black girls in the industry. You know, it's starting to change.
And black girls looking a certain way because someone like Naomi Campbell was there, but Alekwek very different from that.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
So now they are starting to look for that that unique. What can I say? It's unique girl. Like, you know what I always tell people? A model never knows she's a model. Never. Because she's that girl who's always been who's always been made to feel awkward, like myself. You know. So even when you see a model walking on the streets today, she has no idea she's a model. So even when I'm calling casting, for models, wasichana next door kimbelembele are the ones who come. A model will never come because they've always been made to feel different, awkward, and not beautiful.
What?
So when I'm looking for a model, I have to go out to the street, have to go out in Mashinani. That's where I'm going to find them. I'm not going to find them here in the city. Yeah, because models don't know they're models. Now that high fashion model.
Yes, I get what you mean.
She never knows, yeah.
That is mind blowing, and when I can understand what you're saying because I've just heard your story.
Yeah, now you know.
Yeah, because I'm hearing your story. Even now in the interview, I'm looking at you different. I'm just like, yo, what's up? Like when I'm talking to you, I'm beginning to see things that when you walked in the room before, I may have, out of my colorism, and I'm guilty of that. You are breaking that, and I'm beginning to look at you very differently, even as this interview is going.
Yes,
it's
yes,
like
yes.
it's like I'm
opening a curtain.
Yes, you're making me look at myself and say, why do you think what you think is beautiful?
Yes.
You get what I mean? Which is powerful.
Yeah, people don't get to know people, really, which is really bad.
The tagline for CTA is, you never really know people until you take time out to get to know people. Even Diana, who's your publicist, and who probably you're with all throughout,
there's a lot I don't know.
Is saying that through this interview there's things that she's also learning about you. And she's been with you a while. Yeah. True. Okay, continue. Let's get to know you.
So they've sent my picture to Ford. Ford has said, definitely, we want this girl, right? Now they've spread throughout their Ford agencies around different places. Brazil, Paris, London, all of them have my picture now, and now they want me. Now these guys want me everywhere.
Let's start with, explain to somebody who has no idea what Ford is, who Ford is at that time. You're saying it was the biggest?
It was the biggest model agency around the world, biggest one, yeah.
So to become a model on the runways of New York, you can't just take your CV to the runway of New York.
Nope. You have to go through an agent.
And an agent is the person who gets you that opportunity.
Yes. So what happens usually is that when if you have access to the agency, let's say you live in New York or you live in Paris or something, and you feel like you can be a high fashion model, you actually go and visit them physically. They see you, they assess you, and then they will let you know if they're gonna sign you or not. But for me, it was a very good opportunity. Of course, I'm this little girl from Turkana who does not have access to the Western world whatsoever.
Yep.
And then somehow I just got into in there with, I don't know, miraculously, I guess.
So there's something else that you've said. You've said that, as you can clearly see, I'm bad with names. Lindsay
McIntyre
was here situated in Kenya as a agent from Ford.
Yeah,
so it's her job. She was scouting.
Her job is scouting.
So exactly the way they scout for footballers.
Yes.
In the sports world, or musicians are being scouted for. There's also scouting people. Model scouting.
Scouts, yeah.
So when she saw you, she was like, guys, I think we got it. So she sends it there, and headquarters are like, you got it.
Definitely, she's the one. And then they decided to enter me into the Ford Supermodel of the World competition.
So why were they sending it to all these other ones in Brazil?
No, because they're so excited. Because they're all, this is all Ford. So Ford has different agencies in different cities. Yeah. Like I told you, there's a whole cycle.
Yes.
Which we'll get into.
Okay.
Yeah. So an agency, usually you have different offices in different to serve the models or whatever activities is going on in that particular city.
That.
So all the fashion capitals have
Ford branches.
Ford branches.
Yes.
Yeah. All the agencies have branches in all the different fashion capital.
But by the time they're beginning to send your picture to there, that means they've already agreed.
Yeah, they've already signed me. That's the funniest thing. That's the thing. They had already signed me. So now,
in fact, they're sending a lot of excitement.
They've already entered me into the competition. So whether I win or not, they've already signed me up. You see. So I've already signed in Paris. I've already signed in London. I've already signed in Milan. I've already signed everywhere already.
Okay.
In Brazil.
Walk us slow. So what happens? Lindsay calls you.
Yeah. So finally, she managed to track me down. I don't know how. We need to go back and I need to ask her.
Yeah.
But she managed to track me down. She's like, oh my gosh, I've shown you pictures to this, one of the biggest agencies in the world, and they really, really love you. They would like for you to be a model. I'm just like, of course, that insecurity has still come now. I'm like, who? International model? No. I thought the best I could do was Face of Africa, which is here in South Africa.
Yeah.
But like internationally, no way. This is like out of, it's not even in my wildest dreams, right? So I'm like, no, I'm an athlete, and I don't think I can.
Yes, you're still supposed to be going to States.
I'm actually preparing to go for my scholarship, and I don't think I can be a model.
I'm going to Europe. My boyfriend is there.
Yeah, he's looking for me because I've just come from a traumatic experience. I don't think I'm, of course, that thing, I'm not telling her that I I still have insecurities about the way I look, and that I don't believe that I will make it out there in the international industry. I didn't tell her that, but I made other excuses, right? So she decided, no, Ajuma, you have to, please just try. Give it a go. She really, really insisted, but of course I said no, kabisa, nikakata. Said
what?
No. Yes, I completely, I said no. So, so funny thing, when now all my visas are ready, I'm flying out.
Where you going, Europe?
Yeah, I'm starting in Europe first.
And then you go after that to States?
Yes.
Ajuma, your life is crazy.
So I am now, on the day I'm supposed to be flying, Ford in Paris have sent a photographer to come and shoot me. Right? Now she's in a difficult situation because I've refused. First of all, I've refused. I don't want to be a model. But already, they've seen my picture and they've
already agreed.
And they've shown this photographer. There's this girl. Now Ford has already, in Paris, I've already shown the photographer. There's this girl. The photographer said, yes, of course, I'm going to go and shoot her. They buy their tickets, everything, they've prepared, they've come now, right? So she told me, oh my gosh, the photographers are already coming. Now she's still continuing to beg me because now it's even it's escalating, the whole thing.
Wow. Her job is even in the line now.
Hey,
you're a scout who can't scout.
Uko in Europe, things are escalating because of me, because they really want me, right? Paka, they're sending a photographer down.
That's insane.
Me over here, nimekata, right? So the guy decides to come anyways. And they're just telling her, just convince her, we don't care.
We're on our way.
Yeah, we are on our way. And me, no. Mesha pack bags. I'm already on my way to the airport. So she's like, okay, do me a favor. I'll try to convince them to shoot another girl, okay? But do me a favor. Please, because they're landing, when you're flying out, find a meeting point at the airport so they can just see you physically. You make acquaintance with them. So even when you're out there in the Western world, you never know, right? Just do that for me, right?
What?
So I'm like, okay, sawa. Hiya. See, I'm at the airport. We've managed to find a meeting point. I've met them. Let me tell you, the guys refused for me to leave. Yani, they were calling me on the thing, on the airport speakers. Can Miss Nasenyana please board the plane or your bags will be offloaded? Can Miss Nasenyana please board?
What?
The guy just said, it's better I turn around, I go back to Europe with you because there is nobody else I could, you are perfect. You are what I imagined. There is no possible way I can find another girl like you. No. So it's better I just turned around and leave now. That's what the photographers were saying. There was a crew. Hey? I'm telling you, I put under pressure. I was so under pressure. So these guys are like this, and then the air hostess is like shouting for me on the thing. They're like, just, offload your bags. We'll pay for everything, paka your inconvenience.
What?
Just offload, let them offload your bag. We'll pay for, even though you want a hotel, whatever, everything you want, we will pay for it, right? We'll change your ticket. Whoever it is waiting for you. They're like, we will do anything for you to stay, right? See, I gave in. Just like, oh my gosh, it was just me. I gave in because it was just a headache. It was becoming a real headache, right? It was just becoming now annoying. I've never had people beg me that much in my life. My goodness.
Okay, we're going to talk about this bit here a bit because first and foremost, I'm so blown away by, in fact, I'm questioning myself. I'm asking, what level of beauty is this that these guys are seeing? And why have we, and I mean we by Kenyans,
neglected that? Exactly.
So what are blind? I'm going to say we are so blinded that we're not seeing it. Because why is it everybody who's coming from abroad, the first thing you talked about a wowness that they gave you, like there was an honest on stage. Guys, a photographer sees you, he's already said, this is it. No, forget even the photographer. There's Lindsay, there's Ford, all of those guys. They're not even putting you in a competition anymore. They're like, she's already done, to the point where send the photographer to take the photo. Lindsay is so sure. She says, just meet them, let them see you. And I know she said that knowing that they'd see and be like,
of course, this is it, yeah.
They see that this is it, to the point where they're like, whatever expenses is happening, but even your life is crazy. You're like, what is...
We're going to make it happen, yeah.
Like, and probably I'll ask you to tell me, what do you think? And you can be raw. You can be raw towards me.
Yeah.
Why is it that I am not seen? Or why the more you tell your story, I'm loving you for you. I'm loving you from the rawness and the beauty of your story. I'm just like, Yanni, can we be friends? But for the real, I want to know, what is it about? Because I don't want to look at the next person with these skills.
Same, yeah. What
is it that we, and by we I'm talking about Kenyans.
Yeah, yeah.
Why aren't we looking in that sense?
Okay, I have a theory. It's probably wrong, right? And it's not just Kenya. It's the whole of Africa.